everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Collector Shot. On today's episode, I have my man Marcos from the CollectorZown. The CollectorZown is a retail store that is out in Michigan, in the Detroit area. I've known Marcos for quite some time. We've done business in the past. He's also been a sponsor for some of the giveaways that we've done on the MCE channel. So I wanted to talk to Marcos, catch up with him, speak about the business, speak about how he's dealt with things going through the pandemic, and also speak to him about the new facility that they're currently working on building and what the process has been like through that. So guys, sit back, relax, kick back a shot, and hope you enjoy the interview. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Collector Shot. Joining me is my man, longtime friend, Facebook. I would say, you're pretty big on Facebook, and I would also say all-around good guy and business owner, my man Marcos from the CollectorZown. What's up, dude?
What's up, dude, man?
It's been a hot minute. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Hot minute, man.
So how's everything going out in your neck of the woods, right? Because you're in Michigan, right?
Yeah, it's in the Midwest, you kind of, once it gets warm, man, everybody comes out, just cockroaches, man. It's different. When I lived in Miami, you kind of want to stay out of the sun. You're like, okay, whatever. It's always hot. Up here, man, as soon as you see the sun, everything just opens up. So
I know, isn't it nice now that the weather's starting to nicen up now and people can go out and actually do things? I mean, listen, I'm from New York, so I know the feeling. Like I couldn't wait for winter to end and spring to come just so I can go back outside again, because I hated being just kept in the house at all times during the winter.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's how it is here. So now I'm like gardening and I'm doing shit I never going to do. So it's kind of like, I'm gardening and I'm going out in flip-flops. It's like 68 and it's flip-flops for us. So it's like perfect.
68's nice weather. See, 68 here in, obviously because like you said, you lived here. 68 here, you got people all bundled up still and they're all cold and everything. Yep. Me, 68 degrees. I'm like you. I'm walking around t-shirt, shorts, and sandals, and I'm like, let's party.
Yeah, no, it's perfect weather. So
that's that cold, the cold thick skin that we got, that we got from living in the cold all those years.
I think your blood changes. I heard that, like your blood thickens up or something.
Possibly. I mean, listen, again, when it gets in the, I think the lowest it's been since I've been living in Florida, I think it got into like the 50s. It's so funny to just see people in like jeans and jackets and all this stuff, and I'm just walking around, people looking at me like I got 5 heads. It's just to me, weather's weather, man. I enjoy all types of weather. I'm a change of seasons guy. I like the change of seasons.
Yeah. So other than that, man, everything's been it's good up here. It's just the way it is. I mean, you can't complain. Health, family.
No, that's good. That's good, man. So to dive right into it. I know you. I've seen pics of your current facility. You're currently in the process of building a new facility.
Yeah, man, we're doing a custom building. So,
that's gonna be
cool. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to not just carry all the cool stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We wanted to have a place that we can all. Those places you see in Singapore and stuff. You
kind of congregate. You go to, you hang out.
Exactly. This is a lot bigger, and it'll feature a lot of the companies instead of just XM or Prime One or something. It'll feature and then we'll have like an event center. But it's a long process. But right now we're at the part of contractors and bidding. So
you're not even ready to break ground yet.
Not yet, but we're close. We're closer than we were 2 months ago, where we were still figuring out where the sewer part was and permits and stuff. So I mean, it gets really weird. And I'm not going to pretend I know what I'm doing either. Too, I'm just like, So
no, but that's got to be exciting though, man. Like you've been doing this now for a couple of years, and now you have the funds and everything to actually expand, get a new facility. And the one thing that's probably really cool is like what you said is, because I'm sure in your current space it's hard to get everything on display and this and showcase all the companies and everything like that. So it'll be cool to probably, like, I think what your plan is just to have like a dedicated section for each company, so like all their stuff has their own section, or are you just highlighting certain companies?
That's a good question, man. First I'm going to wing it. That's number one for when it comes to that. But no, but second, we do have 4 companies lined up that want to actually build displays in the
Oh,
building,
that's
and
cool.
we have some in talks to do a flagship. So it's not just going to be a building with my stuff in it. It's going to be the place to go for certain companies to see prototypes. And if there's a place in the U.S. that you can see, hey, you know what? There's a place in the Midwest that you can see 150 Iron Studio pieces. Well, people are
Oh,
going to
that's
show
gonna
up.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's gonna be cool, man, and especially like all the, all the stuff you could do at that point to promote your business. Like you said, you
right.
get people to come in from all walks of life. You get people coming from all over the country, to come in and check out the new facility, man. That would be
That's
awesome,
and
dude. I mean, it's cool
yeah,
though that like the companies are reaching out to you and they're like, hey, we want to build a display in your store. That's cool because not only does that save you money, it helps. It's like you said, it's going to create a spot for people to congregate.
yeah. It's a partnership as well too. You get to get like you said, there's no physical locations dedicated for high-end collectibles. I mean, you'll find them in comic book stores here and there. You'll find them maybe in one booth once in a while in some kind of Comic Con. But if there's a place in the world or in the U.S. you can go and say, "Wow, let's go see 40 Prime One pieces," or "Hey, they're having an event. Hey, Daniel Bell is signing at a building," or "Hey, the MC's there doing a
Yeah,
live." We're gonna do that stuff with YouTubers too. George and I were
that's
talking
cool.
about it too. It's gonna be a place where everybody can go, and it's going to be in and out, and it's dedicated to our hobby. That's what we're going to
That's
do.
that's awesome. So, are you getting into any more brands, or are you just kind of like? Because I know, like from previous stuff, like when I've bought from you, like you've had Sideshow and you've had Hot Toys and Funko, and Mezco. Are there any other brands that you've been pulling in since then, or just you're just sticking to what works for you?
Well, it's a multi-layered question. So,
Yeah,
Mesco, we only order the minimum that people want. So the demand is there, it's increasing, but you know how Mesco is very delayed
yeah.
and
It's
they got a
very
lot of issues.
very hit or miss. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but we sell, but we don't have them in stock like we have like Funko or something. Okay, so we still have Funko because Funko, and we moved into Diamond Select stuff and Gentle Giant stuff because they're really good starter statues for like young. We have young children that come in. When I say young, 16, 15,
Yeah.
17 with their dads, and dad's like, hey, look, I want to buy you something, but I'm scared he's going to break it. I go, well, let's go to Diamond Select here, where it's a PVC ABS piece. Or, a Gentle Giant one bust that has no moving parts. It's just if he drops it, maybe he'll chip. The plastic stuff you can kick right across the yard.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
You
you
get
got
those.
that
Yeah,
part.
yeah. You get those 49 $50
Yeah.
PVC statues, which I even had a bunch of those at
Good,
one
good.
point. And you know what? They display nice. They're still good
Mm-hmm.
quality pieces. So again, it's kind of it's kind of like an entry level piece if you want to call it that. One of the things that's really interest me and to hear from a lot of different business owners is how have you managed to survive and get by with COVID and all that stuff?
Let me go back to the first question. Okay.
Sure.
Because of all because that's another good one too.
Yeah.
Damn, it's after you're killing me with these questions. They're really good.
Well,
Okay, so
hey man, this is my new shtick. This is what I
this
do,
is
man.
good. You're doing good, man. You're like the Howard Stern. No,
That's the
you
whole thing.
should be.
That's what I want to be. I want to be the Howard Stern of podcasting. That's what I
Howard
want to
Stern
be.
is a great interviewer.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic interviewer. Okay, so back to the first question. Diamond Select, a lot of XM pieces, but of course the US licensed ones.
Yeah.
Infinity Studio, we moved to Prime One, and we're killing it with Prime One. Hot Toys, of course. Sideshow, anything Sideshow really. Iron Studio is big for us. Pure Arts, you name it. I mean, they continue to go. I mean, there's so many companies. I'll probably forget. Kotobukiya sometimes, but we will have displays. PCS for sure, absolutely PCS stuff, and a lot more companies. So we have expanded, and Funko we keep. once again, Funko to us is a starting vinyl statue.
Oh
Somebody
yeah,
very
absolutely.
casual,
Yep.
but we don't do Funko like many shops do that. They go by guides or they're flipping prices or just very rare ones. We have them very casual. People come in and they just grab 10 or 20 of them and they move on, and then they'll come back in 6 months. So I'm ready for my first Iron Studio piece.
No, you've always been pretty reasonably priced when it comes to Funko. So that's always been a good thing. Like I've noticed from in the past when I've got stuff from you and stuff like that. So you've always been really good on the price end with Funko, which is good because like you said, it's an entry level thing. People, $10 a piece. I mean, people buy hundreds of those things like they're going out of style.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could save up your money and buy a statue.
Right, right. And then it helps when you walk in looking for Funko, and then all of a sudden in front of you is this Predator Prime One piece, and you're going, "My God,
Yeah,
here's my
exactly.
firstborn. Give me this piece." It's like, yeah, is he a good kid? And is he potty trained? So
Yeah,
yeah,
I remember when I bought because geez, man, I used to I've got a few hot toys from you, but the big boy I've gotten from you was the Iron Studios Captain America. I got that from you. It's
yeah,
still sitting up there
that's a
over my
beautiful
head on the
piece.
top.
I can see
I
it
love
behind you, all the way on
yeah,
top.
I love that piece. That's like one
Yeah,
of my favorite statues.
yeah.
So I
It's
mean,
it's
so it's like it's great that you have um variety like that and you haven't like succumbed to like carrying comics because I know a lot of businesses has done that too. So you've mainly stayed focused solely on the collectibles, which is great. Because
right.
to me, I think when people open up the door to comics, it's like if you didn't start out originally as a comic book shop, it's kind of hard to get that reputation,
Right, exactly. And people that come in that are used to that, they'll come into the street because when you look in our window, it's just these boxes and you don't know what is going on. I cover the whole window because I tinted it and I covered it because I don't want the sun to come in at all. And then people walk in going, "Do you have?" And then they freak out and they go, "Wow, I thought this was a comic book store." And I go, "No, it's not." Because when you walk into our store right now, there's about got to be 400 statues or so. I mean, you
Oh my
just
god,
it blows your mind. You're like, wow.
that's awesome.
So, but we want it to be 8,000 statues.
Yeah,
We want it to be like,
well, I mean, the good thing is, like you said, you got the shock value. Like the minute people open the door, they're totally caught off guard. They're like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, I would never in a million
right,
years think that I would see something from my first opinion of looking through the windows from the streets and then walking through the
right,
doors.
right,
I
right.
mean, that's cool though. But so I guess going back to the second part of that question. So I know a lot of big businesses have struggled and thing like that. But you seem to I guess weathered it. I guess if I mean I don't know. I mean only you can really tell me that. But the fact that you're still up and running, you're still making sales and things like that. People are still buying stuff. So I mean that's a good thing that at least you weathered it. You survived it. I mean was there a time where you were kind of like worried whether you were going to be
No,
able to?
zero, absolutely zero. It's always gone up every single. We've expanded. I remember when I first met you guys years ago. You had maybe 6,000 subs.
Yeah,
It's incredible how
I know,
long
right?
time flies. So we have almost we're getting real close to as many followers as you guys have when it comes to like Facebook, 4,300 or so.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's just one group. The other group we have 20,000. It's a
Oh wow.
snowball effect. If you
Yeah.
do things right, you know what I mean. Like I'll be honest with you. I took advice from George, you, Calvin. I took advice from all you guys, your vets. So I looked at the industry and I changed things that I thought were crap. Be honest with you. And then you guys gave me advice that, hey, you know what, this is better. And I listened. And really, it's just our members. We run the company. It's almost like a motorcycle gang, to be honest with you.
I
It really is. People come
want a
in and
leather
they just
jacket.
yeah, we got shirts. But yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, no, but it's really the members and it's just word of mouth. When you do things right, and you listen to people and you don't BS anybody, it just continues to grow. So to answer that question, no, we have never faltered. We just continue to grow. Our percentage of growth is constant monthly.
That
So
I mean, that's great, man. I mean, again, that you're able to weather that because, like I said, like I know a lot of people
Yep.
who went under, a lot of businesses went under,
Yep.
but it's good to, and it's funny too, because like, at least this is my take on it. So people are home during COVID, they've got nothing to do. So what happens? They start buying stuff online, the collecting just booms because people need to find a hobby, people need to find something to do. And I think that's one of the key things that worked out for for guys like you and other companies, that people found, I don't know if you want to say like they refound the hobby, or they're new to the hobby and they just started watching other people, seeing what other people purchased. But it was good for you because it's good for business, because people are like, hey, we got people to buy from, you got stuff that's in stock, which
Yeah.
it,
I think two things. Let's see if I don't forget these. One, we have become a place where it is enjoyable. So if you, the Collector's Zone Cantina, that group, that private
yep.
group, it is absolutely forbidden to be negative, absolutely forbidden to do anything but look at pre-orders and talk to me, and that's it. It's just a place where you see behind the scenes charities. We do a lot of charities and drives, and we just do a lot of stuff in there. And then people have come to me and said, wow, this is a great place just to chill, forget about everything else in the world, and just look at all the stuff that I want to buy. That's number one. Number two, we've become a place where we're experts to everything. You come to me and say, what, everybody comes to me and I'll know, because we're so well known in the community for high end stuff. We do have the CEOs for PCS. I do have the sales reps for North America for Iron Studio to call. I got the hot toy reps. I got my sideshow reps. I can call people and say, what is this made out of? Where is it coming? Why is it delayed? Prime One people, so now you've got a hub, a place to go. Wow, these guys know what they're doing. It's not a comic book store, which I love comic book stores, and I don't sell comics for two reasons. One, it's a nightmare, and two, there's a comic book store 20 miles away from me that I will never take business from them because I know they suffer. And they've been around for 20 years, and I am not the person to come in here and take them out of business. So I'm not doing that.
No, that's that's thoughtful, and that's cool too, that that you do that, because obviously, from things that I've experienced personally down here, other businesses are always ultra competitive with one of another. So the fact that you're able to put aside that difference and let those people be is that's cool that you do
Yeah,
that.
because I know they don't do that. They don't do what we do.
Yeah.
There's not many people that we do what we do. There's no experts, and then there's definitely no building you're going to go to where you can say, wow, let's go see the 4,000 statues and meet Martine Canal, or we're going to have events like that. Those guys are waiting for me to build it.
No, that's well, yeah, like you say, if they build it, they will come.
They will come. Right? Hopefully.
So one thing I was actually really excited to talk to you about, and I don't know how forthcoming you could be.
Okay.
What's the situation been like with like all the shipping delays and things like that? Like, how has that affected the business? Like, do you get like a lot of people like going out now and saying, hey, since it's taking forever, I want to cancel like my pre-order, or are people just sticking with it and hoping for the best? I mean, what's that been like for you?
Well, right. So it is a little bit of a pain because you don't exactly have all the questions answered. However, over here, I do get some cancellations, but it's like a trifecta because we have such crazy discounts here. Okay, our NRDs are pretty high. NRDs here are pretty high, and I try to work. There are some people that say, "Look, I just lost my job. I can't pay in a month." But the thing with us is payment plans are not automated here. Payment plans only go through members and they go through me. So you have me to deal with and say, okay, let's talk about this. I don't want to take your 20% NRD. That NRD is high.
Yeah.
I don't want to take it from you. Let's work on it. Let's see what we can do. So that part, so a lot of people don't cancel, but the shipping, the companies have been really suffering. I can tell you the companies that are suffering pretty bad are Mezco for sure,
Yeah.
NECA, forget about it. So the two Long Island companies are getting destroyed right now. Diamond Select is pretty bad, but they're catching up a tiny bit. Sideshow, king of the world there because they have their own freights. I mean, they have their own system in place. They're still kings. They can afford it. They're good.
Yeah.
Prime one at a time. So Prime One, people kind of freak out a little bit with Prime One because they'll see, like, let's say for example, you ordered a Joker, I ordered a Joker, you got yours, and where's mine? And mine takes another 6 months. That's because they're making them in little batches, and they're shipping two at a time, one at a time. They're still suffering. So that's as long see that there goes by us being experts. So when somebody calls me and says, "Hey, where's my Joker?" Let me talk. So I take the time and I talk to them. I'll send them an audio or they'll call me or I'll text them and say, "This is what's going on. Okay, stick with me," and they have somebody to talk to. So it's not just your regular company that says nothing.
Yeah.
Or a comic book shop that says, "I have no idea what you're talking about," kind of thing. So
well, well, that's one of the other good things that I've noticed about dealing with your company is that you make yourself very accessible to everyone. Because again, you want to give people the best possible experience that you can give them, and like you said, you want to make them feel comfortable. You want to make sure that they made the right decision from purchasing from you. So I mean that's a real cool thing that you're that accessible. There are very few companies that I know of that do that.
yeah, I mean, I think it's really important because, gosh, there are literally hundreds of people that will buy they'll buy a Prime One piece in full day one. Here's all my
Yeah.
money. I'll talk to you in 2 years. Okay, they trust us that much,
Yeah.
and then
No,
they'll
that's
call.
good.
In 6 months, they're like, "Hey, you got any updates or anything? Yeah, let me check it out. Oh, yep." And I'll how dare myself to say, like, "Don't talk to me. I got your
Yeah.
money already." It's kind
Yeah.
of if there's got to be a trust back to back. So when it comes to shipping, back to all those questions you asked me, we avoid a lot of those problems because we're so personal, and it filters out. I just think it's a trap when you have automated payment plans on a computer and no one's talking to you. Very low, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Very,
that does get frustrating sometimes, especially now because obviously a lot of companies had to cut costs and because the hikes of everything. So like now, if you were to call company X or company Y, it's a stretch to actually get a human being on the phone. A lot of these companies don't even put their phone numbers anymore on their websites. It's just they have a little help portal, and then you get the automated assistant, and maybe if you're lucky enough, you can get through to somebody.
right. Some companies are good, some companies are terrible, but it goes back and forth. But that shouldn't be part of that goes back to one of the two things I like to do: make it a safe place for people to enjoy the hobby and experience a great, have a great experience while they hobby. So they go, well, CollectorZown, they go in there. I know when I order, I can bug Marcos constantly. I know I got somebody to bug. And I'm like, yep, that's my job. So,
No, that like I said, man, that's good though. That's a godsend that you do that because, like I said, a lot of places you can't even, like I said, you can't even get somebody anymore on the phone.
Like I said, I learned from you guys, right? I learned from you, George. There were certain things that wow. So everybody said like, well, these companies don't talk to us. Okay, I like talking to people. Number one, and then two, I'm going to talk to everybody.
Yeah,
because I would hate that too. I could stand it. It's like, dude, I just gave you $800. Give me something. Lie to me. Something, right?
Yeah, right. So let me ask you this. So have you thought about jumping into like the convention aspect of things and maybe like doing like local shows where like you maybe have like a booth or something, or maybe even hitting the road a little bit, maybe doing some of the bigger cons? Is that something that's maybe crossed your mind?
That's good. First, I will never sell anything at a convention. I will never drag these statues out there and sell them. I will never do that. However, I did when I first started in this local town here. Ben Harbor's the town, and I went, and they had this tiny little book fair Comic Con. I mean, it was like 18 booths. They were trying. So these little booths, if somebody little beads, and somebody's doing some art on some tiles, and this. Look, it's fine. But when you get to the corner and get to one of the corners and you turn, you had CollectorZown, and we had like, I think we had about 8, 9 pieces at a time with these big Hulkbuster from Iron Studio, and then people were just flipping out, right? Like, holy crap! But nothing's for sale. I just wanted to show people this is art. I go, this is it. You want more of this? Come talk to the drug dealer back at the store.
Not for real.
That's what we did.
Not for real, man. That's like when I go. What is it? I went to me and George went to New York Comic Con back in 2019, and Sideshow had the booth, their booth there with all the pieces. So I'm like looking at George. I'm like, hey, where can I buy these things? He's like, well, they don't sell them here at the show. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is the point of that? I'm like, I didn't just fly X amount of miles just to look at shit that I could just order online. He goes, well, that's what they want you to do. They want you to order it from the website. And they had the tablet, they had the tablets there, and you go buy. And I'm like, what a fucking cock tease that is.
Well, because it's hard to drag everything around. It's such a pain, man. You got, just taking it out of the statue, taking it out of the box, and then putting it back in, and then putting it nice.
I totally get that. I mean, I just did MegaCon, and my buddy Dominic with Bits and Buttons had a booth. So he goes, I'm running a little low on stuff for the booth. He's like, when you come up, he's like, do you have any statues or anything like that you want to get rid of? And he goes, I'll put it in the booth. So I'm like, yeah. So I brought 3 pieces. I had to go to my storage unit. I had to pull the boxes out. I had to package everything back. Yeah, man, it's a pain in the ass, but the risk is worth the reward, because I brought all 3 statues up, and all 3 statues literally sold that same day. So I mean, it was
right.
It was crazy.
It will sell. But going back to do I go to conventions? The last convention I ever did was Grand Rapids Comic Con, which is a city 1 hour in Michigan, 1 hour north of me. It's probably the second largest city in Michigan. I did a booth there, but I only did it with a celebrity. Like I went with Stephen Constantino, which he was the Gamorrean guard in Return of the Jedi. Okay,
he's been here from a
lot of the local
shows.
Him. So I did the booth with him and a Tops artist. So what I did is any Cantina members that come on by, come get an autograph, hang out, have a beer with me, let's shake hands. I want to see you. That's the kind of stuff I want to do. And in the future, that's what kind of stuff I want to do with you guys, like the YouTubers and content creators and stuff.
Yeah, you do mean
you guys bust your butts doing this stuff. I'm sure people don't understand how much time this takes.
They don't. I've tried to explain to people numerous times, but it's like, listen, I work a regular 9-to-5 job. I do this every chance free time I have. Yeah. I'm a man of routine. And I have a routine, and I stick to my routine. And then I also have my family that I got to deal with. I have my kids. I got to make sure I make time for my wife. There's things that I have to do around the house. I got to do my honey-do list. So it's trying to find that balance. And I'm sure that's the same thing with you too, running the business, trying to make time for your family, and making sure you get everybody taken care of, so I mean, in a way it's similar.
Yeah, no, it is. And I really appreciate you guys. When I say you guys, like YouTube creators in general, I've seen you evolve from one thing to the next, doing more and more and more. And it's like, wow, and I know you guys love it, but it's a job, it's a full-time job. What I would love to do is something that, it'd be cool if we all meet up at some kind of Comic-Con.
Oh, absolutely.
Even go crazy and get a booth. I mean, something crazy like that we can do. And then you have all these fans that people that you entertain and we help, that would be perfect. That's the kind of so to answer your question, that's what I want to do for a Comic-Con.
So I went to I had the privilege of going to ICCC in Nashville, and that was
I missed you. I went the year before.
Oh, okay.
I saw Josh there. Yeah.
So that was my first experience into that realm. because Josh is friends with the owner and everything like
Yep.
that, they had the podcast room set up, so they let us do a live stream, a live stream on Josh's channel from there. Let me tell you something. Doing that in front of a live crowd was so much fun. So I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying about like getting a group together and doing a live, a live stream in front of people. I mean, it was so much fun. We even had there was a gentleman that was in the back corner, and he had a booth there, his own little booth there, and he was a professional wrestler.
I saw you. I saw what
Yeah.
you did. I'm
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
That was great. I saw
so
it.
yeah, oh yeah, so like the whole behind the scenes and how that thing got set up, the only people who saw that were the people that were there live before, in person, before we went live. So it's like, we threw that guy a couple of bucks, and we're like, hey, just at some point just start heckling us, during the
Right.
during the thing, and I'll defend everybody's honor. It was funny because he's like, hey, so you want to do like a wrestling move on me? I'm like, oh hell yeah. I'm like, let's do that shit.
Yeah.
So he's like, can you give me a body slam? And I'm like, well,
No.
how much? I'm like, well, how much do you weigh? And he's like, oh, I weigh X amount. I'm like, I probably could pick you up, but I could also probably throw my back out at the same time. And considering the fact that I drove all the way from Florida to Nashville, I don't know if that would be a very comfortable car ride home. So, but
You know,
it
West Palm too. That's a long time.
it was. Yeah, it's about like, because from here to Atlanta, it's about 10 hours.
Oh my
and
god,
then
dude.
and then from Atlanta to Nashville, it was about like another 4 or 5.
Oh god.
So it's, listen, I enjoy the car ride. I enjoy the scenery. I enjoy, traveling out of the state, and that was one of the things that I wanted to do this year. I wanted to get out of the state a little bit more. So like I'm possibly trying to work it out to see if I can go to Ohio for one of the shows out there. I don't know if we're doing New York Comic-Con this year. I gotta talk to George about that, but yeah, I would definitely love to go back home and do New York again. That was that's always a fun thing.
I mean, it'd be cool to collaborate some. I mean, I love that kind of stuff because it brings all the fans together.
I mean, we'll definitely work something out, because I would love to come see the store. And again, I would love to come to Detroit. Like, again, I want to explore. I want to get out there. I want to see what's out there in the world other than Florida.
Right.
So it's like I've been to Texas. I've been to Atlanta. I've been to Nashville. I want to get to the Carolinas at some point. So it's like, again, it's like I'm just trying to venture out. I'm trying to do different things. Especially like this podcasting thing. I'm actually really enjoying it because I don't spend any money.
Right.
I don't spend any money. All I got to do is just schedule people and record. That's it. It doesn't cost me any money.
Unboxings of stuff that you had to buy.
Exactly. There's nothing I had to purchase for content.
It's tough, man.
But it's good though. It's cool. It would be cool. It'd definitely be cool once you get the new location up and running. That's definitely something me and George would love to do, is to come out and hang out. I would get on a plane for that. Now, I'm not a guy that's notorious for flying, but I would get on a plane for that. So
yeah, I mean, there's stuff I'm thinking about. There's stuff that you can do that you don't have to have the store going. I mean, but definitely that building is key. That is like it's like the Enterprise. I gotta build the Enterprise. That is the mothership. I have to get that going.
That's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool though, man. I can't wait to see the progress on that, because I know you post pictures in the group about stuff. Like I remember you posted like a rendering at one point of like what it could look like.
Right
now.
Right.
So that is cool. I like the way it looked. Looked very futuristic.
Yeah, it's a custom. When you go custom, it takes longer. It's not a square. I could have bought an existing building, but it's going to cost you the same amount. I mean, it really is. But after you renovate it and all this stuff, I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of money out there. But it's not that big. It looks bigger than what it is, but it is a place that people can just come and hang. You can hang out and look at stuff and talk about stuff that you love. I mean, Queen Studio will be part of it too. I mean,
oh yeah, Queen Studios, man. Yeah. Well, they already got my money. So
yeah, I mean, I've gone the pieces I can get so far. They're limited, but they're continuing to get more and more.
So how do you so as a business here's another good follow up for you. All right. as a business owner, and I know from us talking and other people talking, I know there's limitations on, obviously, because of licensing in the country and things like that. Are there are Do you feel the fact that, like, say, hey, you're not able to get like an XM Studios Marvel piece because it's not licensed here in the US, or maybe even like a Prime, like any overseas statue company, like, do
Right.
you feel that hurts you, that you can't carry
Okay.
those items?
Um, well, good question. Yeah, I wish I could sell some of that stuff, because it's more stuff to sell. That's a little bit
Well,
greedy, but
I'm sure you get people asking you, hey, can you
they
get this,
do. They do. They
can you
do.
get this
They do
piece?
some incredible
and,
things.
and it
XM
sucks,
Marvel, you can't.
and I'm sure it sucks when you're gonna be like, nah, man, I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. There are avenues to get them. You know them.
Yeah,
Sometimes I'm like, okay, go through that avenue because they're going to do it anyways.
yeah.
So I don't block or say, don't you dare do that. I kind of go left. I'm
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. On
Go
your left,
left.
on your
I'm like
left.
that little worm, the little worm in Labyrinth. Go that way. I'm like, oh, but
So,
yeah, yeah. I wish because XM Marvel is pretty cool. I think it's cool stuff. X-Men 1-4 DC stuff. I wish I could get. It's always one model here. Maybe the White Knight or something on the bike. I wish I could sell stuff like that.
oh
I
yeah,
wish I
yeah,
could. Yeah, I mean, those are cool pieces I can get, or especially 90% of the Queen stuff. I'll be like, okay, I want to sell some of that stuff. But I can't, and I don't tell them no, no. Maybe when I
yeah,
first started, I was like, God, no, don't you dare. But now, it's just I can't touch it, and I know I
yeah,
can't touch it, and will I be able to see? Yeah, I mean that's like a. I don't want to be greedy. I don't want to be
yeah.
greedy. Yeah, no, but there's avenues for it, and there's a service for it. Now I would love, to people to understand that it's way more expensive. Like it's god awfully more expensive, but if
So,
people love it, they will get it.
I'm glad you said that, because now that actually transitions into the other question, one of the other main questions I wanted to ask you. Um, how have you been feeling about the hike in the shipping? You try not to spit out your beer with
No,
the hike.
no.
Yeah, with the hike in the shipping costs and all that stuff. I mean, like, do you, like, when you post your prices and everything? Because I know the way you structure your pricing, because we've had talks about that. But, like, do you ever get people like message you back saying, "Oh, you're out of your mind. I'm not going to pay that price for that"? Or do you try your damnedest to do what you can within your means to try to make it fair for everybody?
No, no, no one's ever come and told me that I'm crazy. Maybe in the beginning when I first started, I'm still learning the industry back
Yeah.
in whatever. Maybe somebody did that, but now I'm not. This is not a commercial for me. Okay, I'm not.
No,
I
no, do
just,
your thing, man.
I know. I'm not. It's not my style, right? So the members, the thousands and thousands of people that already buy from us, know that we're the shits nets. Okay, we are the prices kill it. They know they get their best discounts. They know they're covered, so that's good. And just like the website, we put the rate, we put the shipping and the taxes all included. Done. This is what it is. We present it to people. This is what your hobby's gonna charge you. Nothing more, nothing less. This is what it is. If you can't afford it, I love you, man, but there's Funko and Marvel Legends that you start off with that for now, right now, okay? When your situation changes, then maybe you can move up. But I don't want, like I said, it's dangerous to have automated systems out there, and you're oh man, only $20 down for this, right? But when it all kicks in, and all of a sudden you're owing $400, $500, people are losing NRDs and they're canceling and they're freaking out. Be honest with people, and they're good to go with that when it comes to that. So pricing. Back to the pricing hike. When inflation goes up, our discounts go up.
Yeah.
So it balances off. And we did that on purpose. We put our prices to this high amount back in the day because for inflation. So when inflation moves up, we're already here, and like we just surpass it. And when it comes the best, so to answer that question is members get the best discounts. if you pay attention, you call me, you look, you do the newsletters, you do this, you do that, you get the best discounts, and no one ever complains.
No,
So in the end of it all, we do have some of the best prices, kind of.
And that's why people should and I'll leave the link in the description below for the Cantina and your Instagram and all your avenues, because you're always posting stuff in the Facebook group like, hey, Freddie got fingered. Here's 20% off. Here's 20%. You're always doing something like that. Like, oh, Freddie cut off your fingers. Here's 20% off. Have a nice day. You do stuff like that. You make it fun. You make people engage.
Yeah.
And
you know what?
stuff
And
like
what
that.
we also do is we switch it up. Like today, we started our campaign. So June 1st, we started our. We will associate. Now, this is the second month in a row we've done this. It's almost like one of those gamer monthly passes. It's really weird. So we associate our best discounts with like a charity. So we'll do like children's hospitals, like donate $25. We're gonna, Pops for Patients. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you pop. So we do. We're one of the biggest ones in our area for Pops for Patients. We pump them out. We take them to Chicago, Illinois, whatever. They come and pick them up. So this month, it's like you donate $25. We're going to throw a bunch of Funko Pops in a box. And then we're going to give you a code for the website, 17% off anything you want, anytime, multiple times. So it's like a gamer. It's like a monthly pass. You just got a VIP pass.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so we do that. So people love that. They loved it last month, and they asked for me again. So I'm like, well, I don't want to ask people for money, because I don't give money just to charities. I give a service. We've done cancer stuff. We've done local kids. We've done Toys for Tots. But every single time somebody donates, we give them something back. So it's like it's a circle of love kind of thing. Okay, everybody gets something. That's the way we do it. So.
Yeah, you give a little to get a little. Yeah, you give a little, you get a little,
Right. And it's like, I can be like, hey, Seth, give me $5 for the kids. Again? Give me $10 for the kids. Okay, again, but
Seth,
here's your code.
Seth loves the kids, so Seth does anything for the kids.
You're right. I'm just saying. Thank you. Thank you, Trick Daddy. You're
yeah. Seth loved the kids.
We all love the kids. They're a little pain in the butts, but they're good kids. They're good kids. I get it.
But that's cool. That's cool that you do. Again, that's another perk of joining your Facebook group and your mailing lists. You get the discount codes and you get notifications. You get notifications about that. So especially if like, hey, this sideshow piece just came out, and with the discounts and everything, it works out cheaper if I get if I get it cheaper from you than I would get it from Sideshow. That right there speaks volumes, because in today's time with gas and everything else going up, people are looking to save a buck wherever they can. So the fact that you offer that capability is great. And again, it's advantageous for everyone. It brings you business. It helps you get new business, old business, repeat business. And you form a rapport with people.
Yeah, and the kids are super happy. I mean, we donate 3 giant boxes, and they don't care what they open. A kid that has cancer in a hospital doesn't care what he's opening. He's just
it's the little things that that just make them happy. And I mean, and if you could do that, it's so rewarding. And again, it makes you feel good about yourself. You're helping somebody out that's in a rough patch.
Right, but like everything too, Seth, man, you always get that one person, you can't satisfy, and man, do they rip you a new one? And I'm like, you have no idea. But I've gotten to the point that I had 2 people do it in the past 4 months, and they came back and apologized to me because they didn't realize I am really sorry. I'm like, okay.
Well, you know what? You live and let learn. And listen, like I always say, sometimes the grass isn't always greener on the other side. So it's like it's just the way. Listen, if I had a nickel and dime for every freaking asshole that made a shit comment on one of my posts or one of my YouTube videos, I mean, I'd be a billionaire. But listen. I know I'm not for everybody. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And, and like I always tell George, which is funny because George finally understands it. There's no gray area with me. It's either you love me or you hate me. There's no gray area with me, and it's and it's fun. It's funny. Listen, I enjoy it. I listen. I love the fact that something I did pissed someone off so much that they felt the need to make a slur or a nasty comment or something like that. Like, I'm doing my job then at that point. Shit's getting done. So
Howard Stern.
Exactly. Shit's getting done. So, but yeah, man, I mean, it's cool. I'm glad to see that the business is thriving and everything's going so well, and you're working on the expansion and all that stuff. That's really cool. Is there anything in regards to other are there other things that you would consider carrying in the store that you don't carry now?
Well, that's funny. It took me 2.5 years to get into with Lego, and I got Lego now.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I kind of stopped right away because their policies are kind of weird. I mean, they're just weird, and you can get them anywhere. To be honest with you, when it comes to that, it's like, I wanted a secondary item for the bonding of like a dad and kid or mom and kid to come in and say, well, let's build this Lego set together.
Yeah.
I just don't have the room for it. But once I get the building going, I'll put some more Legos in there. But other stuff that I want to put in there, I mean, there's no other companies out there right now. I wish I would expand more of the licensing. That's about it. Like Prime One, I can get everything from Prime One. That's an awesome. Those are crazy pieces. Queen, I wish I can get more of. J&D, you can get them in the States, but there's no discount to it. There's no. Yeah. I'm not giving anybody a service, stuff like that. But I'm sure there's going to be another company out there that will pop up another one, and that's the way. But right now, there isn't anything that I think of that I can't get. So it's licensed.
So me just being the I guess the avid wrestling fan I am. Yeah. Have you thought about getting any wrestling stuff or any wrestling merchandise in there, or you just don't get enough people asking about it to even warrant it?
The only wrestling stuff I know is the action figures.
Yeah.
The PCS stuff I already get. The PCS is the only line I see in wrestling. And that's it. I will never get like belts, or I'll never get lightsabers, or I'll never get the action figures because everybody else has it. Yeah. And the way Hasbro and Mattel is structured, you go bankrupt. I mean, you just go bankrupt. Why would I fight for something that you can go Five Below? I don't know if you have Five Belows.
Oh, yeah. We got Five Belows.
You go Five Below and get them. Or you can go online, and Amazon doesn't care. And they have no restrictions of integrity clauses for contracts and stuff like that. They don't have stuff like that. So I have to sell it for $30, and the next guy's selling it for $15. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't want to rip you off.
Yeah, and you don't. Yeah, and I guess that's kind of, you don't really want to compete with like the retailers like Walmart and Target.
I don't. No, if they want to be like that, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's the way it goes. But that's, I don't know whose fault that is. I think that goes back to Lego. Like Lego says, I can't. Let's say, for example, they come out with a new Star Wars piece, right? Hey, you can't put this on the shelf until May 1st. Okay. And you can't bring it down a certain amount of discount. Okay. But then Walmart has it on February 12th. And
that's probably because of their agreement. The retailers have different sets of rules than the actual brick and mortars. Yeah.
Right. So what am I going to do? I got Lego there. I'm like, I'm not going to rip you off. I even tell people to walk in. I'm like, you can probably get that cheaper. I was like, I'm just letting you know. And they're like, really? Yeah, you can probably get it cheaper. I mean, if you want to spend an extra $10. And some people are like, no, just buy it here. Okay. I want to warn you. That's it. Be honest.
So I got to ask you, because I know the CollectorZown has its own YouTube channel, and you post stuff up there every so often. So so I have to ask, just because it's me, because I know, because listen, I'm not a big fan of doing reviews.
I don't do reviews.
Yeah, you do unboxings. But You do unboxings, but is that something that you enjoy doing, that you want to do more of, or do you just strictly do it just so you can have content up on the channel and maybe just show people like the newest thing that you got in?
Both. Yeah. I do like doing it. At first I was like terrified. I'm like, wait, I'm not gonna do this. And then my Chris, who's one of my partner guys, he's like, just do it, man, just do it. I'm like, I don't want to do this crap. So then I started doing it, but you know what I do. My videos are not even. It's like night and day. It's like I just
no, I mean, listen, dude. People ask me all the time. They're like, "Why do you do reviews if you don't like it?" It's because it's content, But I don't feel that I don't speak very eloquently in my reviews. Like if you put a side-by-side comparison of one of my reviews to one of George's review, George's review is night and day. It's night and day compared to mine. I mean, I'm like, look at this thing. It's fucking badass. George is like, oh, this is really cool. The articulation is really great. Like, yeah, I mean, it's night and day,
Right.
So
it's I think it's necessary. I think it's necessary to at least unbox it. For like, we just posted in the cantina, we just do that, and for people to see what it's made out of. I go, this is weird, this is okay. There's only a few times that it was complete crap. And when it was complete crap, I'm like, okay, whoever's watching this video, I'm gonna go refund you right now. I'm sorry, but I'm not mailing this stuff out. It was bad. And right now I'm dealing with a Blizzway piece.
Oh,
a Blizzway, the Apollo landing one, the astronaut, the big astronaut, 1969.
I don't think I've seen that one. The only Blitzway one that I think that I've seen recently was that Voltron. Was that Voltron one?
Yeah. No, they do some beautiful statues. They did great with the Game of Thrones. They did great with the Bruce Lee. The problem with these two statues is, number one, they're 65 pounds each. And I got to drag these statues everywhere, okay? They are beautiful when you open them. So it's the entire astronaut, the ladder, the moon landing. It's absolutely incredible. Huge piece. But one came cracked, and then the other one had a one was perfect except for a crack or a scratch right on the visor. The best place you get. So you look at it, you're like, I can't take it. So we're working on with them. Things happen. It's just a matter of how the company deals with it.
So do you have a lot of those moments when you get something, you open up and you're like, oh fuck, it's broken?
No, I don't actually. I really don't. I really don't. And I kind of work on it a little bit. There've only been a couple of times. The biggest shit show I ever had was the crow bust.
Oh,
diamonds. It was so bad. It was just googly-eyed disaster. And I returned every single piece I had. I unboxed every one they had, and I was like, they're all bad. I'm sorry, everybody. So, but Diamond Select fixed it. They did really well.
Well, that's good. I mean, again, as long as the company stands behind their product, I mean,
things happen.
That's the most important thing. I mean, what is it? I don't know if you've seen this, but like Mattel a couple of months ago put out a WWE Survivor Series edition of Hulk Hogan, and freaking Hulk Hogan's eyes look like he's fucking cracked out of his head. Like it's crazy, and it's like how the hell could they let that leave production? Like, do they not do quality control? I mean, like,
signed off on that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I'll have to find the figure and send you a picture of it. But dude, he's like fucking cracked out of his mind. Like, he looked like he's been on a fucking 3-day bender. He hasn't slept in like 4 days, and the eyes are literally just looking like they're about to pop right out of his damn head. So it's like, it just amazes me how people would let something like that leave the factory.
Yeah, it is. They got to move it and whatever. I think I just don't know what happened with that piece, and it was a design flaw, and it was just like, oh well, yeah. They blew it, but they fixed it. I mean, they fixed it in the sense of, hey, we're gonna refund you, this and that. So I mean, are you? So one of the things too, are you a collector yourself? I mean, like, do you have pieces in your own home, or are you just kind of like, I save it for the store? Yeah, so I don't have anything in my house. That's one of the questions I always get. But
Yeah, you have a
I get
store.
to
What
have
the hell do you need
everything.
it in your house for?
Right. I'm in a very unique situation, right? I get
Yeah.
everything that I possibly. A secret of my Here's one secret of the company. I don't order anything that I think sucks. There are certain pieces that I'm not gonna sell it. It's too
Yeah.
expensive, or it sucks. There are companies that will sell you everything, no matter what. This is what it
Yeah.
is. They're gonna throw it out there. They're gonna post it. Not me. I'm just like, that is not worth your money. That's not worth your money. And a lot of, unfortunately, maybe dark sided collectibles or like Hollywood collectible stuff. Those are two companies that I think they're a little bit too expensive for what you get. It's very flat paint, stuff like
Okay.
that. I mean, they might be getting better, and I think Hollywood collectibles kind of hush hush right now. But dark side stuff, maybe Sideshow will sell it. I'm not a big fan of their paint and stuff, and they're charging you, woof, thousands of dollars for it. I'm like, or those porcelain stuff. I don't know, it's from Spain. I don't know where that stuff's from. There's a
Yeah.
company that gives you like porcelain pieces of like Padme and like Star Wars pieces, and they charge you like $4,000. I was like, are you crazy? I'm not
Yeah,
going to
you
sell
can't.
that
Yeah,
to
yeah,
anybody.
yeah. You can't do. Yeah,
You
because
just can't.
at that point the price is so astronomical. It's such a
Right.
niche. It's such a niche thing that
Yeah.
you would have to find. I mean, like, what are the odds of you finding that one buyer saying, "Oh, I'll pre-order that for $4,000"?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, because it's porcelain. I'm like, I don't. Who cares? I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even look good. Porcelain
Yeah.
does not look good. It doesn't look good.
So as we're starting to wind down and wrap it up a little bit, you got any upcoming promotions or anything like that you want to share? You want to share with anybody or?
Promotion. We do so many promotions. Yeah, my advice to people is,
Well,
um,
you got any current promotions going on right now that, obviously, like I said, guys, earlier, I'll leave the link in the description below so you guys can go join the cantina so you guys can go check out the discounts and everything that they offer in the group. But what do you got? You got any promotions or anything running right now that, people be like, oh, I got to go right now.
well, yeah, the whole, like I said, the donation one.
Okay.
That's the killer one. Yeah, who the hell gives you a code that lasts a month and you can use for anything, over and over and over and over again? A 17% off. 17% off in our hobby is like the borderline criminal, right? It's like, if I
Yeah,
go
because
any lower,
usually it's only like 10. You only see like 10% most of the time.
no, yeah, because no, 17% is like, right there. Anything more is like, you're in trouble. But that's because I want to get back to the kids. So you have that, but be honest with people, if they really want to like, get the best discounts, just come talk to me. If you got Facebook, Instagram, you can always DM me. Some people even text me, from the website. Website has certain ways.
Oh, okay.
And they can just join. And once you join, you kind of pay attention. And what we love to do too in the canteen is we love to throw stuff up there too, like content from other YouTubers. And I mean, we like to do stuff if it fits relative and doesn't fall. There's certain rules I gotta follow
Yeah, yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
There's just a pain, how it works.
Oh, I
I
know.
can't.
Oh, I know. I know those
Yeah,
rules very well.
I understand. I know. There's certain things I have people that come up to me like, why the hell? I'm like, well, it's because of this.
Yeah.
But no, we try, and then but anything associated with us, I mean, I get anybody doing anything, we throw it up there, and
Yeah.
we continue to grow. And I just, like I said again, I love your guys' content. I love your content. George's, man, you guys are awesome. There's so many other channels too. It's part of the hobby. You guys are like pillars of the community. And then you have these people in your live streams. They're always there. This community is so small, right? It really is.
It is a very niche community, the
Yeah,
collecting community.
right.
So
And I
it's
knew
a
you guys for so long, and you guys even taught us. I mean, you taught us so much, so I appreciate that. And we are listening. We're still listening. I know George is doing his Star Wars thing now, and you
yeah.
branched out to this.
Yeah, he's doing. Listen,
Well, it's good.
he's doing his thing. He's having a blast with it. It's working. It's working
Yeah.
for him. I mean, I'm a man of many talents and many faces. So I like to I like to showcase to the world that I could be just more than dick and fart jokes. So that's just how it is with me. So, but Marcos, I appreciate you coming on, man, and hanging out and bullshitting me for a little bit. It was great to catch up. I'm glad to
Absolutely.
hear that the business is doing so well, and especially I can't wait look forward to the expansion. And when you guys break ground and everything, I know that's gonna be a real treat for everybody to see.
Out. Yeah.
And honestly, guys, again, I'll leave the link in the description below for the Instagram, the Facebook, and the YouTube. Go check them out. Go make sure you go subscribe. Also on the Facebook group, make sure you join so you guys can get those discounts, because if you guys want to buy expensive shit, discounts go a long way. Just saying.
Oh yeah, they do.
So again, thanks for joining, Marcos. I really appreciate it, man. And so if you guys like what you saw, please be sure to give a thumbs up. If you're new, please be sure to subscribe. As always, be sure to hit that bell so you get notified every time another episode of the Collector Shot gets uploaded for your viewing pleasure. As always, you can check out all the excellent content I put up on this channel, and you can also check out the podcast. If you can't watch it, you can check it out on Spotify as well too. So yeah, guys, so sit back, relax, kick up your feet, take a shot, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.